How did you get into hiking then, Steve? When was it first? When were the first time you enjoyed perhaps a hike and a camp?
Well, I suppose as a kid, my dad took me camping a few times, and we stayed on campsites and we did a little bit of kind of wild camping, not that much. So that kind of like planted the seeds, and then I think I got a taste for it when I spent a bit of time playing around at being a soldier.
Oh yeah.
That kind of...
Just in the UK, or...?
Yeah, in the UK, yeah. The phone.
Hey up. Yeah, you were saying, Steve, about your first camping experiences.
Yeah, I think I got into solo wild camping about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And back then I didn't have a great deal of money to spend, and it was just like a tarp and a bivvy.
Yeah.
And I think I bought my first one-man tent about 13 years ago. I was telling you about it before. We went to that Coleman, and it's got...
The Coleman that you still got?
Yeah, it's got all the tent poles. It's a weird tent, and they're all kind of permanently attached, the tent poles to it, which makes the pack size a bit problematic. And then I took early retirement. Had plenty of time on my hands.
Yeah, so that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah. I've been solo camping for about 5 years prior to that, but for the last 10 years, I've been unless my car's in garage, I've been going roughly every 2 weeks.
How long you had that little bloody car?
23 years.
23 years. Had a little car for 23 years. That's a record. I had a car for 14 years. I thought that were long.
Yeah, I paid $3,000 for it 23 years ago.
Bloody hell, that was getting your money's worth.
It's a good little runner. I think it's only done 41,000.
I say this cheese pasta's coming along nice, Steve.
It is.
Hengist. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put some grated cheese in it once it's got thickened. In fact, let's see how the pasta's doing. It's still a bit runny.
So what's your best camping experience, looking back, out of most of them, or a period of camping, or a place you've been?
I just love the Peak District.
Yeah, I do.
There's so many locations to visit, and there's so many locations that I've visited, and I want to revisit them.
Because
they were brilliant.
That's what's happened to me, revisiting and getting more acquainted.
I don't think I'll ever get bored of the Peak District, and it's on my doorstep practically.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when I met up with you today, it only took me less than an hour to drive over to Bamford.
Yeah.
So, what about yourself, Dave? How you been doing it since the dinosaurs were around?
Well, I told the story of camping in the garden when my tent burnt down when I was about 6 years old, didn't I? Sort of perhaps camping holidays with my dad when I was young. And then I became a bit of a hippie and built my own teepee myself.
Wow.
And lived in Wales and travelled to Scotland.
Oh,
and
fantastic!
All the free festivals in the 70s, with a teepee on the roof of my clapped out Volkswagen camper.
Oh, that's a life.
And it's just part of life, isn't it? Enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been for me. I just love. Just on a night like tonight, the bloody moon is looking incredible. We've heard the drumming snipe again.
Yeah. And the sound of silence. It's apart from the wildlife, it's just the tranquility of it all and the peacefulness.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you, I feel privileged to be able to get out here and do things like this.
Yeah.
Because some people can't. They're worse off than us.
We've still got the ability to be able to do it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit wet here, Angus, sitting on the grass.
Okay,
I think
mate,
I'll call the
you
film
climb back in your
a day a
tent.
bit there.
I'm going to get my grated cheese in here in a bit.
Although the grass is not too wet, is it?